Hey guys, it's Rowan here from Smart TV. And every year in May and June, the universities open up for scholarship applications and early entry. And the reality is that these are an awesome opportunity because if you can get in for an early entry, it means that you get to go to university without needing an ATAR. So it removes all of the stress and anxiety about those HSC exams. And if you win a scholarship, you're getting paid to go to university. Pretty awesome, right? But of course, it can be so competitive. What do you do to actually stand out for your application? So when universities receive all of these applications for early entry and scholarship applications, they all look like this. You know, all of the applications are talking about the same thing. They're all great, but they all look like red apples. All of the applications talk about, leadership in terms of SRC or house captains or prefects, or they talk about Duke of Edinburgh and volunteering for the Salvation Army and Barnardo's and some amazing charities. Reality is though, if you're one of a number of apples, you're not particularly memorable and you're not going to stand out. And so if there's only a couple of really coveted positions for these scholarships and these early entry, you need to think about how you can distinguish yourself and make your application memorable. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3S framework for doing exactly that. So the first thing you need to do is to always start with a story. Because let's be honest, most of these applications just read like an incredibly boring list of achievements. No one wants to read it. So start with the story. What it's going to help you do is, number one, it's going to create a pattern interrupt so that when the selection board is reading your application, it's immediately going to stand out and be differentiated. The other reason starting with the story is really powerful though, is it will enable you to connect more personally with the selection committee. They're going to get to know you better and you're going to be able to more powerfully communicate your why you want to study at that university and why you want to study that course. So always start with the story. That's number one. Number two, the second S is to be specific. The amount of applications that I've read that have had, wonderful achievements listed in them, but they've been really general. So for example, I raised money for a charity, or I taught school children in Cambodia in a disadvantaged area. Both really amazing things, but both lacking specificity and as a result, not sounding particularly impressive. So what can you do? Well, number one, you want to quantify and you want to explain how and share the impact of what you've done. That's how you make something specific. So for example, it might be, I raised $2,000 for the Salvation Army that supported 5 homeless people develop skills through training programs to find work. Like, wow, same thing, but the degree of specificity is so much more that it's a lot more impressive because we've quantified, we've explained, and we've had the how. Now the third S, the third and final S, is a really simple one. It's show and don't tell. And to be honest, if you're starting with a story and you're being specific, you're already 80% of the way there. I'm going to give you an example. And that example is from one of our future leaders, Prudence, and in her application when she was applying. Now she was incredibly passionate about Asian languages and about learning Asian languages and the culture. Now of course she could have written, I'm really passionate about blah. But does that really say anything? Anyone can say that they're passionate about something, but it doesn't mean anything. So instead, she started with a story, she was specific, and critically, she showed the passion and didn't just tell the selection committee about her passion. And the way that she did this was that she started her application with a story. And that story was really simple. The story essentially was, I was standing on the steps of the Chinese embassy and I was rapping. I was rapping in Chinese. That's the story, it's specific, and also it's showing, not telling, the degree of passion that she had. So, to wrap up guys, 3S method, remember it. Be specific, show don't tell, and always start with a story. So guys, when writing your applications, remember the 3 S method. You want to start with the story, you want to be specific, and you want to show and not tell. The result will be that you're going to be able to turn your application from a red apple into a green one that stands out and is memorable when the selection committee is going through your applications. So if you have any questions about your application, leave it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you and help you on your journey. Number 2, if you haven't already, subscribe today. Hit the subscribe bell, make sure you get notified because we're going to be doing more videos like this every single week. Until next week, guys, remember, be the green apple.